Está en movimiento la pelota. Chicote. Fuera Leano ese grito, ¿no?
Sí.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a quick update from Cantina MX Football Podcast. It is a good day to be employed. As of 8 a.m. this morning, Guadalajara have decided to get rid of Michel Leano as the head coach of Guadalajara after yesterday's disastrous match against Monterrey, in which their previous coach, Vucetich, ends up defeating them at home. And there was a chant from the fans. They got pretty upset last night. The Fuera Leano, the homophobic chant as well. And the fans have had enough. And very abruptly this morning, we had a YouTube video from Chivas quickly saying that Pelaz made the decision to get rid of Leano. And then very shortly after, Chivas from their official Twitter account posted the news. So as of right now, Chivas do not have a coach, and the interim will be Ricardo Cadena, who is the actual coach of Tapatío. So he will finish off the rest of the season. As of right now, Guadalajara, after 13 matches, are in 14th position with 14 points and are currently out of repechaje. So that is what's going on today. I put it on Twitter Spaces in case anybody wants to hop on. I have it on YouTube in case people want to vent. But this is pretty big news. And my question is, why stop at Leano? In my opinion, Ricardo Pelaz also needs to go. He's been making some questionable decisions. He got Vucetich in. He got rid of him. He puts in Michel Leano, backs him for the rest of the tournament, and then ends up contradicting himself again, getting rid of him. And I think, in my opinion, not only does Michel Leano need to go, but Ricardo Pelaz needs to go as well. He's the one that has been making these decisions. He's the one that's been bringing in these players that have been inadequate. And I think everyone right now is pretty much fed up with the current state of affairs. Chivas have a tough schedule. They're going to be playing a few difficult teams. So they have Cruz Azul on Saturday. Then they have Tijuana on Tuesday. And Pumas, Necaxa to finish off the season. Pumas, who are in very good form right now. They just made it to the next round of the Conca Champions League. They're actually in the final against Seattle. So Pumas are in a good run right now. Cruz Azul is in a good run right now. And Chivas could potentially miss out on repechaje, which would be embarrassing. They're currently in 14th position. Again, 14 points. And they're going to lose out on money. They're going to lose out on fans. I think everyone's pretty much fed up at this point. But feel free to hop on if you have anything you want to get off your chest. Right now, I'm currently watching the replay of the Chivas Rayados game, and the fans are just not happy. The fans made sure that they heard the team, the front office. Everyone was booing Leano and actually cheering Rodolfo Pizarro. I was actually watching when he got subbed in, and Pizarro got nothing but cheers from the fans. So it's pretty crazy right now. But give me one sec. I'm going to go and read some of the comments on the YouTube chat. Anyways, I find it very ironic that Ricardo Pelaz signed Vucetich And Vucetic had abysmal numbers with Chivas. They were also playing a very defensive style, and they just kept getting a lot of draws. Nonetheless, you know, he did get them to the playoffs his first season when he took over. He got them all the way to semis. He beat America on the way there. And then he kept continuing to at least get into the 12th spot and have an opportunity to get into the playoffs. They got beaten by Puebla. They got beaten by Pachuca. But nonetheless, he was getting the team at least to the playoffs. The summer goes, and he decides to extend his year contract after everyone basically said that, you know, they weren't happy with his style of play. The fans wanted him out. They kept saying fuera Vucetic. And Ricardo Peláez, he backed him. He said, hey, you know what? This guy, he's still the best coach in the league. And we're happy with his results. Midway through the season, they get rid of him. And they bring in Michel Leano, who really doesn't have much coaching experience, but he's a good friend of Amaury Vergara. And everyone kept joking around, you know. And very quickly, I think he got exposed. He got exposed with his tactics. He got exposed with his lineups. He got exposed with just his lack of experience. And it's been a pretty abysmal season so far. And again, they asked Peláez, like, hey, you know, why did you bring in Michel Leano as an interim and then end up making him the official coach? I thought you guys were looking for a coach. And they said, you know, we feel that he has the skill to lead this team to victory. And it wasn't the case. And, you know, Ricardo Peláez had a press conference like a week or two ago continuing to back Leano, and now they get rid of him. So I just feel like there's a lot of contradictory information. I have a feeling that there might be somebody else pulling the strings here, but nonetheless, I think everybody was fed up from yesterday's results and the one over the weekend where they had a lead against Toluca, ended up conceding at the last minute. I think those two results put the nail in the coffin for Michel Leano, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be out of a coaching career for the rest of his life. I don't think anyone's going to want to hire him after what he did. Actually, let me raise the volume right here. So around the 93rd minute, the referee stopped the match because of the chants.
Señala a quien cometa estos actos que el único grito que los distinga sea
Y entonces, ¿y ahora por qué no lo para?
As you can see, the fans got really upset last night with the chants. And again, just a frustration. The team isn't playing the way they should be. I guess the question is there anyone that's really going to come over here and change the course? Because I feel like at this point, we've had multiple coaches come in and they just haven't been able to figure it out. At a certain point, you do have to look at the players and wonder, you know, are they just not up to snuff? I'm totally fine with Amaury Vergara saying, hey, look, we don't have money. We're just going to have to use our cantera, and we're going to start like a rebuilding phase. I would be totally fine if he just went out and said, hey, we're going to be in a rebuilding phase. We don't have money. We don't have sponsors. We don't have a TV deal. You're just going to have to deal with this. I'd be totally fine if they started getting rid of some of these players that just don't deserve to wear the jersey anymore. I would be totally okay with them getting rid of the players that are getting paid a lot and have yet to show that they deserve to play for this team. I'll be totally okay if we dismantle the team and we sell it to PSV. We already have them looking at Alexis Vega, Nene Beltran. At this point, sell our best players and start over. Start over with the cantera, give minutes to the young players, and I'm totally okay if they end up missing out on Liguilla that way. But as of right now, you have players like Piojo Alvarado. You have players that just are not up to scruff. They're getting paid a lot of money, and they're not doing what they need to do. And the fans aren't happy.
Algo le dice el comisario. Y ahora van a volver a gritar.
Ah, claro,
¿O tiene alguna
claro.
duda?
No, pero ni media duda.
Y pregunta Vucetic, entonces, ¿qué hacemos? Y la próxima ya van.
I bet you Victor Manuel Vucetic is laughing right now. the way they treated him at Chivas and how he ends up getting the revenge on them, I think it must be the most satisfying victory so far. It happened the same thing when we got rid of Fernando Tena. He went over to Juarez after really there was no issues with him. I think Chivas were playing well under Fernando Tena. He ends up coaching Juarez. We end up playing Juarez and end up losing to him. So I feel like this has been a curse.
Y otra vez. Y ahora sí.
Yeah, so the referee stops the match after that last chance, and that was that. But I want to know what you guys think. Again, open this up on Twitter Spaces. Feel free to request to speak. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Michel Leano getting fired from Guadalajara. I think it was long overdue. And again, I think Peláez needs to be the one that follows suit. Let's see, going over to the YouTube chats, we have Sergio Lozano. The game last night was horrible. It's hard to still think that we have a chance to make the playoffs. They need to take some time and not rush to get a coach. Bring in someone that has a plan and can get us to where we need to be. 100% agree with that, Sergio Lozano. Thanks for chatting on YouTube. Yeah, I do agree that I think Chivas should not rush into this. I do believe that they should take their time and find a coach that has a great project. The question is who? Who do we bring in? Who's willing to go into this shit house and want to coach Chivas? It's suicide, career suicide. I don't think that anyone is looking at this Chivas project and excited to take over for Michel Leano. I know that we have this romantic obsession with Matias Almeida. Things are not going well for him over there in San Jose. They're the worst team in the league. And insider sources say that his house in San Jose is up for sale. So he's already looking to get the boot or maybe leave. He does have a release clause, and he said it before the season started that, he's willing to leave. He has a release clause, and I don't know if he has a solid relationship with Amauri and with Ricardo Peláez. And I know that a lot of people want him back at Chivas. I don't know, man. I don't know if round 2 would be as romantic as the first time. This is not the same team. He doesn't have the same heavy hitters that he had before. And, his numbers have not looked good since his departure from Chivas. Again, we got more people on the Twitter Spaces. Feel free to request to speak. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I see Chivas del Norte. Maybe he wants to say something. I have another YouTube chat from Enrique Cruz. He says, I am so happy. The players that need to leave is Ponce, Brizueño, Saldívar, Huerta, Flores, Carlos Cisneros. Yeah, that is a lot of dead weight over there. Pollo is just, he's quite a character. He got his coaching license, and he has this weird necessity to get in players' faces and start ranting. He's not the smartest guy, but he means well for the club. But I do agree, he's not even playing, so I don't know. As far as Ponce, really don't have much to choose from the back. I don't know who could step in for Ponce. I mean, this guy has had that position. Him and Chapo have had the position for such a long time. And I don't know, man. I just don't see us getting another player to replace them. Saldívar, yeah, right now we have a striker problem. Right now we have trouble scoring goals. He did score yesterday with a penalty kick. Macias, everyone's asking why Macias isn't starting. He's still dealing with an injury. So it's not because the coach doesn't like him. JJ Mack just needs to get back to 100%. He knows he has an opportunity to make it to the World Cup roster if he starts scoring goals for Chivas, who desperately need him. There's also a rumor that we might go after Henry Martin, which is just a complete shit show. I mean, have we not learned from the Oribe Peralta deal that we should not be going after America sloppy seconds? Who else? You said Huerta, Chino Huerta. He was doing good. He was doing good when he was loaned out, when he was at Mazatlan. I think the problem is Chivas, man. They just aren't giving him the opportunity, and I think he could be doing a lot more. Flores, yeah. I don't see anything special about Sergio Flores. He's a little bit older too. He's not even like a young player. Carlos Cisneros, yeah, he has injury problems and he just hasn't been performing for the team. The problem is nobody wants to buy our players. That's another issue. They want to trade, they want to loan, but we're not selling our players. We just keep loaning them, and that if you don't have any income coming in, how can you get rid of and bring in new ones? It's just very difficult. But yeah, keep the comments going on YouTube chat. Thank you guys for hopping on. Twitter Spaces. Again, if you guys have anything you want to say, feel free to request to speak. This is a space dedicated to you guys. But yeah, Michel Leano fired from Chivas as of 8 this morning. Boy, it's a good day to be employed. And again, there's no one happier right now than Victor Manuel Vucetich getting his revenge on Guadalajara. Let's see. We got a request from Pauline. I got you, fam. Give me 1 sec. Sometimes I don't see the request, so yeah, keep requesting to speak. I'll make sure to put you through. Hello. We got Pauline.
What's up? What's up? How's it going?
Welcome to the show, man. So, how do you feel? How do you feel this morning?
So after a long night yesterday and venting with everyone yesterday in Twitter Spaces, I don't know. I just want Pelais off. I just think the squad. It's something that it's been 3 years now, and if you look at our players, I think Vega is the only one who would be a top player in another club, right? If we see the other players, they would have even start for maybe for Juarez or Mazatlan, right? But we just have a shit team, and we'll see if there's any news later in the day.
All right, we got some more people hopping on right now. But yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think Pelaz needs to go. He's the one. He's the culprit. He has more responsibility than anybody else, I think.
I mean, he's the one that Amaury basically entrusted his money and team into, right? He gave him the money to spend, and then he brings in, what do you bring in, like 6 to 8 players, and there's only 2 of them left on the squad now, and we can't even get anything for like the players that we did have. Like we sold who's that kid we sold to Cruz Azul? I forget his
Alexis
name, but
Peña?
he played like, yeah, he got burned by Gignac in like
Madueña.
a preseason game. Madueña got burned. Like all these guys stink, and then when we try to get rid of them, nobody wants to give us anything. We gotta send them out on loan. We still have to pay some of their salaries. Like Pelaez has done a terrible job, and then when he does these press conferences, a lot of reporters don't have the guts to like ask the questions that need to be asked, and when they do, when they ask like, where's the self accountability? Pelaez just, oh, we need patience. It's a process and this and that. Like, bro, you suck at your job. You haven't done anything. You bought it. You created a team, and now that team stinks, and there's no self accountability from Pelaz ever. I don't think I've ever seen self accountability from him in any of the press conferences he's done.
Yeah, those press conferences are a freaking joke. I feel like they give him a lot of softball questions. They don't want to give him a hard one, and he keeps like reiterating the same thing. Oh, talk to me at the end of the season. I'll give you a better answer or whatever. But he's out of excuses at this point. And yeah, he does look like a clown. Getting rid of Vucetich, he ends up beating you. And right now he has a good run with Rayados. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm surprised he hasn't resigned yet. And I don't think he will. I don't think Amaury has the balls to do it.
We're waiting for another video, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're waiting for another season 2 of All or Nothing Chivas on Amazon Prime.
Did they do a press conference just to announce that Leano was fired? I saw they tweeted out like a YouTube link, but I didn't click it.
It was Fer. He was at the training camp, and it was really hard to like listen to him because the mic kept like, it sounded like a blender. But yeah, he said it. He said, yeah, they got rid of Leano, and then shortly after they had the tweet. I thought it was kind of weird that it wasn't coming from like Pelaz himself. Maybe he is getting fired.
Maybe.
Hey, so like I wasn't able to catch the second half of the game yesterday, but I was watching it right now, and like the fans were just going crazy, man.
Yeah, Pauline was actually at the stadium. He was telling us last night how crazy it was.
Oh wow.
That's probably the worst, one of the worst games I've been to. Maybe the last 10 minutes. Well, you understand the fans, right? They're fed up. It's been too many years, and I mean Bucetich. You see the quality of the squad from Monterrey, and how he's been able to turn that team around. And then Pizarro going in and just wanting the ball. You saw that Pizarro wanted to score, and then just being down the score, and the people were just fed up. I mean, I don't justify the any chants, especially the homophobic chant. It's a wrong way to do it, but you see the frustration of a fan base that keeps supporting, and it's been there. And I mean, it's one of the ways that it's wrong, but you just see it coming.
We have some new speakers. I think Jesus was first, and then we'll get to you, Dick Flowers.
Hey guys, good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you for hosting this. Um, yeah, I, I, I've been saying this for a while. I think us as us as fans, we have every right to be upset and to manifest however we want to. I agree with Pauline. I don't think the homophobic chant was not the right way to do it, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everybody was just frustrated. I do agree also with um just what we have as far as the roster is just not, it's just not, it's not going to take us anywhere. We mentioned you mentioned at first, some of the players that stand out from our squad, and talking, being in other spaces and stuff, and talking to some other people, they are frustrated with Alexis Vega too, that he's not playing right and he's not. But you know, like it's just the I'm one at least I'm one of those that I see body language, right, and you see the body language in these guys, and it's just like nobody was happy there anymore. And then what we saw after that uh Toluca game, the guys getting into it after the game and stuff. It's like what there's no there's really no there's no team. I don't see a team right now.
Dysfunction, absolute
Yeah,
dysfunction.
yeah. Nobody's. I don't see anybody really getting along. Maybe with Macias, I don't understand Macias. Every time he comes in, um, he does something good, and then he goes back to the bench the next game. And I get it. Maybe he's not informed all the way, but then when is he gonna be informed, right? Uh, I, I I don't know. It was time for a change. But then again, I'm one of those that I've been saying, when he was Cardoso, we wanted him out. When he was Tena, we wanted him out. Vucetich, we wanted him out. So how many more are we gonna want out? Before we actually make a change,
Yeah,
right? Like the change needs to come from up top, um, because it's coach after coach after coach after coach. You guys brought it up. How many players we brought in with Pelaez? Now Pelaez, every single team he's been in, whether it was Cruz Azul or America, he put his foot down, right? And players were not going to be acting up, and players were going to be doing all this crap. And now Chivas, the motherfucker don't even come out. He don't even come out on TV anymore. Like, where are you? Like, you're supposed to be here right now to, uh, you know, um, listen to these fans or whatever. It's just the change needs to come from up top. Um, I'm not the one to tell people what to do with their money because I don't have that money, right? But yeah, Mauri, if he's not gonna invest in this team, then just get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
yeah. You mentioned a couple things. I mentioned earlier, Macias is dealing with an injury. That's why he's not getting the full 90. And as far as we have gone through a lot of coaches, and we keep asking for their departure. I think the most common denominator out of all this, apart from the front office, is the players. I think the players are just not up to scruff, and we just need a clean house. I have Dick Flowers. Feel free to speak up, and then Bob Fun, we'll get to you next.
Mira hacia adentro despierto. Los sueño despierto en que voy a ser el mejor entrenador del país. Voy a ganar todo en México. Me voy a España, voy a ganar todo. Voy a Inglaterra, también voy a ganar todo. Y después voy a regresar a la selección mexicana a ganar el mundial.
Oh boy, that sound clip. He'll.
Juanjo, mis cabillos. Te están viendo tus hijos, Gonzalo. Compórtate ya.
Thanks for the sound bites. Absolutely. He's never gonna live that down. He's never gonna live down that quote, you know. My my theory is he was all coked out when he said that. But we have, thank you for that. We have Bob Fun.
Oh, hello guys.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was on YouTube, commenting. I was the one called Enrique Cruz.
Oh, nice, man.
About the players that I was talking about the players that should leave Chivas. But you said about Ponce, that something I disagree with you, because Ponce has been so many years in Chivas, and he's been taking spots for young youth people that can actually report for the club. We have young talent in our cantera. So
who would you replace him with, though? I don't see anybody stepping up.
We have Calderon.
Oh yeah, Chicote.
Bro. And we should give his chance. Yeah, we have Chicote Calderon who could. We have to make him step up for the team and his spot where he was shining in Necaxa. So we should give the opportunity to him, or bring back Mayorga from Cruz Azul.
Yeah, Mayorga would be nice.
And Ponce, like, I feel like we should cancel his contract. All these players, because, bro, like, they're just being a waste of time in Chivas, bro. Ponce, like, he has a good attitude. Like, he does love the Chivas, and I respect that. But he doesn't have the, like, what's it called? Like, the talent, or, like, that. He just has, what's it called? What do you call it? Pride for Chivas and all that. But he's just another waste of talent in Chivas that should have been gone a long time ago. When Matias Almeida was here, it was Aris Hernandez who was older than him and always the starter for Chivas. Almeida barely used him. And then at the final of the Ida, the Tigres contra Chivas, Ponce was playing as left back, and that's when they scored the goal. Guignac scored that goal. So he has so many errors that I don't understand why he gets so many opportunities, but not Calderon. I'm not saying Calderon's the best player, but we should see new people's faces, new cantera to step up for us, and stop seeing people that are like, I call them in Spanish becados. Like, technically, I'm like, I don't know how the hell he's still in Chivas for many times, many years.
He's got great vocals.
Yeah.
Look at those vocals. Look at those vocals.
Banger.
We should all be like, he should retire and make him as a magician.
That was
other way, so he doesn't stay in Chivas, bro.
That was Miguel Ponce. The song is called Invisible. It's on YouTube. He has great vocals, and that's why he continues to be the starting left back for Guadalajara. We have another request. Give me a sec here. Oh boy.
All right, thanks, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for hopping on. We got a ninja hopping on. Let's see what they have to say. And then I got a question for everyone in the audience.
Hey, what up? I'm from the Bay Area. Unfortunately,
let's go.
Unfortunately, I'm an Arsenal and Chivas fan, so it's been a hard 20 years.
Dang, man.
But
how do you fuck up twice?
I blame Vela, man.
Exactly.
Hope for Vela. But anyways, no, I agree with what Mr. Fun said. You know, like, I think we just got to clean house at this point. What does it hurt to just have all the academy players play? You know, especially those who show some kind of promise. I think it's just fuck it. You know, like, we have like a couple games left. What do we have to lose at this point?
I
We lost
agree.
everything. So I think especially people like Ponce, and a lot of other players that they mentioned, they've done their time, well over time actually, and it's time to let them go. Like it sucks being a Chivas fan, to be honest. It's been sucking. We get to these points of where we win championships, but like every 10 years now. It's like it's fucking sucks, man. And especially, how do we keep on calling ourselves the biggest team in Mexico when we can't even compete with teams like this, So it's a bit frustrating, and I just think at this point we got to stick to our academies, man, and really focus on them and develop them and give them all the support that they can, so that we can bring in quality players as we've seen throughout the years, like Vela, Chicharo, all those players, going through the academy. There is quality, but fortunately, um, just as the country is so mediocre, in terms of giving people opportunities, it's reflected in the club as well. I feel like a lot of times, people with better access to resources are giving these opportunities to play, whereas people from the streets, like people from the pueblos, are not giving their opportunities. Like, for example, I'm from this town called Tizapan, which is near the Lago Chapala, which is in the area of Guadalajara. There's so many pueblos out there with so many quality players. Why aren't these academies going out to scout these pueblos? There's so many good talent. It's frustrating. It's just very elitist in that sense. But that's a different rant. Anyways, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Hell yeah, brother. And yay area in the house. Let's go. I have a question for everybody right now, because we want this Michel Leano out, we want Peláez out, but realistically, who could you bring in and actually see some change? If I'm Ricardo Cadena, who is the coach of Tapatio, and he's currently going to take over the team for the rest of the season, if I was him, I would just put Tapatio on the pitch as a big FU to like the first team, and just say, hey, you know what? You guys haven't been doing your job. I'm just going to field all the Tapatio players. But realistically, who do you think can come in and switch things up? I've heard Turco Mohamed. I've heard Matias Almeida. You're hearing like the common names that get thrown out every time there's a new coach. But realistically, I just don't see anyone wanting to take this project and changing anything. I don't know if Chivas del Norte has something to say.
That's the thing, though, right? We don't know who. I don't think any coach can come into this team and change it from one day to another. I think it's the whole process. You gotta clean house, right? And then you gotta get money to buy the players that the new coach is gonna want. And we're broke. We can't do that. We can't promise a coach the team that they want. Our front office sucks. They we have a sporting director that does a shitty job and doesn't get fired. Like, I want that job security, right? I think we all want that job security where you can suck at your job and not get fired. So I don't think there is an immediate answer for a coach that can come in and fix the team. It's impossible. I think there's so much, like, you got to fix the whole club's what's the word I'm looking for? Culture. You got to change the culture at Chivas, right? Because I think right now, I forget what player it was. Was it Rooney that said like there's a losing culture at Everton or something like that. Like, he said that they lost a big game and everybody went to the locker room and they were like chill about it. They didn't care. He's like, when we were at Man U and we lost the game, we were in the locker room pissed. Everybody was pissed. Nobody was talking. He's like, there's a losing culture at Everton, and I think at Chivas right now there's this culture of like mediocrity where you don't care, right? You go to the locker room, you change, and you go back home to your nice apartment, your nice cars. You post like all the sneakers you buy because that's all Alexis Vega does on Instagram. Like, oh, look at the new Jordans I got, and all these players are just spoiled, right? They don't. There's like I don't know. There's a culture thing that needs to be fixed at Chivas, and I don't know who can fix it.
Yeah, I don't know who's been poisoning the well, but there is that attitude. There is that sort of impression that the players are just, clocking in and clocking out, not really feeling the jersey. It's been a long time since I felt like there was a team that was legit committed to the project.
Yeah, I think.
Starting from the front office too.
Yeah, I think Leandro kind of tried to clean house, right? We got Antuna out of here because apparently he was like a locker room cancer, and then we got Macias out on loan, but now he's back because he kept getting injured in Spain. But I think the attempt was there to try to kind of clean house, but it still hasn't worked, right? We have players trying to fight each other when the game ends. You got this speech that Chapo gave in the locker room that Chivas very conveniently put out, right, to try to kind of rile up the team and rile up the fans. And then the week right after that happens, you got Pollo and Wetback trying to scrap on the field. So, like, what good did it do?
Yep. We have Bob Fun. Maybe he has another soundbite for us. Bob Fun, feel free.
Hey, man. I have one thing to say. Would you guys mind to trade Alexis Vega for Victor Guzman from Pachuca?
I don't
Because of the.
I don't think we should be doing.
Contract is almost.
I don't think we should be doing any kind of bartering. I think.
It's because
I don't think we should be doing any kind of trades.
We're not gonna get anything for Vega.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I was just thinking like.
I think.
Go ahead.
It's a good idea because my bad. His contract is almost expiring, and I don't think he's comfortable to stay in Chivas. So I feel like we should trade him out for Victor Guzman because Victor Guzman has been doing really good season this year. He's like about 26, 27, someone with our experience and someone who could port so much for Chivas. I will trade him off. Victor Guzman hasn't done nothing for Chivas. Let's be honest. He only has scored 4 goals. He's our best player for right now, but he hasn't really done nothing. He hasn't scored against America. He hasn't scored against Atlas for a while. I don't know if it's a year or 2 years. So it's time to change, bro. And he only cares about having nice shoes, things like that.
No need to disrespect our best player right now. I think for him, he's writing out his contract because he knows he can be a free agent come in the summer, and his mindset is to go to Europe. And we do have that agreement with PSV. So I honestly think that they're negotiating some kind of deal. They talked, they brought it up to Peláez, like, hey, why haven't you been able to extend his contract? And they say that they're working with Alexis Vega. But personally, I think he's holding out, and you can't force a player to sign a contract. And if you're Guadalajara, like, I do agree that they need to get something in return, right? You're not going to let him go for free. I don't know if he would agree to a trade, though. I don't know if he has a choice, but he has the right to refuse, the contract. I know we did that.
Like Antuna.
I know we did that with like Pizarro when we sold him to Monterrey. He didn't even know. So I mean,
that was the problem because it's like the Pacto de Caballeros. Also, at that time there was Pacto de Caballeros.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he had no choice. And at the same time, he's like, "What's the point of being a team that doesn't want me here? Like the people that work there, I'd rather just leave and leave and the fans are gonna get mad, but I'd rather be somewhere where I feel comfortable. That's what Pizarro chose to go to Monterrey too.
Yeah. No, I mean at that point you can't blame him for going to Rayados. I mean if that's the way they're gonna treat you, you might as well just say, all right, screw it. And I mentioned earlier when he got subbed in last night, the fans started cheering. They still respect him quite a bit. But yeah, anyone that wants to hop on, just request.
Pizarro does want to come back. It's just Mauri he has a beef with him with all the players that were protesting of the primas that didn't get paid. That's why he didn't want him in the team. They could have got him.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been a saver, but we would have at least opportunity to have a good player in our team. So.
Nah, let's not act like Pizarro isn't washed. All right, he's not. He wasn't gonna come in and lead this team to a final. That Pizarro is washed. He gets like 15 to 10 minutes on Monterrey.
Yeah,
he's not the player we remember from 2017. It would have just been
I agree.
A hit to his legacy as a Chivas player and what he did for us.
Yeah. It's
bring back trophies.
It's the same thing for Matias Almeida. If we bring him,
nothing either.
If we bring back Matias Almeida, it's like fans are gonna start saying "Fuera Almeida," and it's gonna have all the effect on him. And I'd rather have him not come back again. I'd rather not want him back. I'd rather keep his
it a good
legacy.
Memory.
Yeah, as a good memory instead of burying him and then destroying everything he built. So then we start hating him. I'd rather have him forget about him and bring a new coach.
Same thing happened to Chepo when he came back the second time.
Yeah, everybody started hating, but he had a worse team.
He did. He did.
All right, thanks, man.
Yes, sir. I feel like Kanye right now.
Need them and do it yourself.
How,
In fact,
Sway?
take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
Yep, that's how I feel right now. I think we're over here requesting trophies. Come on, man. Bizarro? Nah, I don't agree. I think, like I mentioned before, clean house and just tell everybody, hey, guess what? We're in the rebuilding phase. We're going to promote from within. We're only going to use young players. We're not going to go after Big Max. We're not going to go after Henry Martin. We're just going to go with our cantera and then lower the expectations. You know, we may or may not get to repechaje this way, but we're not going to be spending money we don't have. And everyone just like support us. And I think the fans would agree to that. But don't try to say one thing and do another. You know, don't say that we're the biggest team in Mexico and that we're going to go after silverware. When realistically, we're looking at this squad, we're looking at this coach, we're looking at this organization, and they do not have a vision for this team. We don't have the commitment from the front office. We don't have the commitment from the players, from the coach. It's a shit house right now. And I think Amaury, he's distracted too. He doesn't know what to do. This isn't his job. He's more focused on making cool ass videos for Amazon Prime and YouTube TV. And I just feel like he's distracted. And that's the problem from head to toe. Like the organization is just not on a clear path. And I don't think anything's going to change. I think we're trying to put a Band-Aid over a broken leg. It's just, we're not going about it the right way. We put in another coach, we're going to have probably the same issues. So I feel like clean house, just start from scratch. I'll be totally okay with the rebuilding phase. But as of right now, it's just something's got to go. And I think the most common denominator across all this, across all these seasons, are the players. And at a certain point, you just got to get rid of them.
We should have deep dived into rebuild mode as soon as they got rid of repechaje. I mean, not repechaje, descenso. Because as soon as they get rid of relegation, like you can suck for like 4 years and like just build up players and let's see who works and who doesn't work out. And then once relegation does come back, then you can start spending money because you're gonna know where the biggest holes on your team are. But instead, Chivas just is like, oh, no relegation, then screw it. You know, we're just not going to spend anything, and we're not even going to develop players. We're just doing it all wrong.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. Right now, there's a safety blanket, and it would have been a great time to experiment with young players.
Doesn't relegation come like next year?
We don't know yet.
I don't know. They don't know yet.
I know Morelia is trying to buy their way back to the first division.
Yeah, like a lot of fans are saying, you know, a lot of people in here too are saying, we got 4 games left. Let's just play the young players. There's no point in the season. And they're absolutely right? We should just put all the kids out there, see what they got. Because it doesn't matter if we don't get another single point this whole season. We're not going to get relegated. It's not going to affect the coefficient, the relegation coefficient. We have nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. I think if we find players that can shine.
Yeah, I think the craziest part about all this, mathematically, we're still in it. We can still clinch a 12 spot. We do face Cruz Azul and Tijuana next. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult, but Chivas still can get into repechaje. I know for them, like, money-wise, that would be all what they're, you know, they're just trying to get that money from the TV and all that. I'm sure they get bonuses for getting in there. So, they still have an incentive to go out there and win the matches. But, yeah, at this point, We've tried it one way. It's time to put the Tapatio out there. Let's see what they do.
I have another question. I have a controversial question. I don't know if you guys will all agree or not. Is it time to open for foreigners to come and play in our team?
Yes. I feel like it's been time. No, it's been time, man.
Listen, guys. Listen to this. I know the old generation are gonna be pissed, but I feel like the new generation won't care that much. A little bit, but think about it, because a lot of Mexicans and the ones that playing good and different teams don't want to come back to Chivas. They see how bad Chivas is, and they see that they'd rather just stay in their team, win trophies. And I feel like I'm not saying to bring a foreigner. We should do a good study. Bring 3 good foreigners. Just 3. I'm not asking 5, 10, or the whole squad. I'm just saying 3 good ones. And the rule should be like the goalkeeper and the striker should be Mexican all the time. And the defender, we can have a good defender from a different country, a good midfield that could give good passes. Because when when Macia was in Leon, he had good players that would give him good passes so he could score many goals.
Preach.
I feel like that would be a good option. A lot of people are gonna be mad. They're gonna say, "I'm not going for Chivas no more. I'm gonna go for a different team." But that's dumb because it's the same thing as other teams have extranjeros on their teams. I feel like the ones who really support Chivas will support it no matter what. Because be honest, we haven't been. It hasn't been 110, 115 years that it was always played with Mexicans. When the beginning of our time, Chivas used to play with French, Belgian players, German players, English, Mexicans. They play with all kinds until the Liga MX started. That's when they started playing with only Mexicans. So we're gonna go back to our roots just with a little bit. I'm not asking too many, but 3 good players that can port the team, and then we could be like, oh, we have to be exigentes, not be like, oh, we always have that excuse. Oh, we play with only Mexicans. The only problem is because we only play with Mexicans. It won't be a problem no more.
maybe that was the excuse the whole time.
Yeah.
That we suck because we don't play with Mexicans.
A lot of Mexicans want to go to Europe already. They don't want to go to
yeah.
Chivas. It's not like back then. Everybody wanted to be in Chivas. Everybody wanted that fame in Chivas. Now everybody doesn't care about Chivas no more. They rather go to Tigres or Monterrey. They're paying even double the money, or they want to go to Europe. Their minds are in Europe. Look at Alexis Vega. His mind's in Europe. Macias was thinking in Europe already before he got loaned.
I got Pelaz has something to say.
Tan sencillo como eso. Eres un estúpido.
Nah. I'm kidding though. But Bob Fun, man, I liked you with the sound bites, but man, these are some terrible takes, bro. Terrible, just terrible. And you did mention that it's controversial, but under no circumstances will a foreigner play for Chivas. I think they might be able to extend it to like naturalizado. I think that would be like okay. You know, you look at it like a Santi Jimenez, who, if I'm not mistaken, isn't eligible to play for Chivas, but he's Mexican in my book. You have a player like Marcelo Flores. So I feel like they should extend it to, you know, if you're eligible to play for the national team, you should be eligible to play for Chivas. But bringing in foreigners, that's not what Chivas is about. And I do think that there's enough talent. There's enough talent in Mexico. Like, you're telling me there's no talent in Mexico? There is talent. It's just like we don't have a large enough funnel to see it everywhere. But as somebody mentioned earlier, there's plenty of talent in Mexico. You're telling me we can't field 11 Mexicans out there?
And doesn't Athletic Bilbao do that?
Yeah, but they're not a big club in Spain. They're not like competing that much.
Yeah, but they've
and we can't. We're gonna be winning trophies every 10 years, or even 20, 60. We don't want to be Atlas, bro. We don't want to be like them. We gotta change sometimes our ideology and think about the future. And you're gonna bring more fans from other countries in the world.
Yeah,
that it's gonna bring more money to Chivas. We're gonna have people from Brazil that are gonna
true
cheer for
international
Chivas.
team.
More international people are gonna go for Chivas, because a lot of people that are anti-Chivas say we're racist, and we're not racist.
We're nationalistic.
But all right, Bob, here's another problem I have with this is we don't even have money to get Mexican players, let alone foreigners. So I don't understand how can we even.
I feel like we do have money.
Nah, man.
We do have money, bro.
It's obvious that we don't.
We saw the jerseys. Life has a lot of money. I know that because if you've been seeing, Mauri been going to travel around the country in Chile, Brazil, Colombia. He's been traveling to a lot of places.
That's his dad's inheritance money, bro. That's not Chivas money. That's old money. That's trust fund money.
No, but Life uses Chivas money. You see it. Chivas is the one that has the most paying TV to like have them. They're an exclusive to Easy. Easy is the biggest provider for TV, and not everybody from Mexico could watch it because Easy is pretty shit. If you see it in Mexico, I've been hearing that they've been having problems with them, and they have Chivas TV that makes a really good profit of money too.
Man, we got like 5 subscribers on Chivas TV. Stop it, bro. Ain't no one paying for Chivas TV,
man.
dog. Ain't no one paying for Chivas TV.
Right now, nobody's paying, bro. But back then, we had people paying for it in Mexico.
Yeah.
And here, and you would say they have a contract with Telemundo. It's like, I know they have money, at least for like 2 good players. Like, not like spend $10 million, but from Pachuca, we could get a right back, Kevin Alvarez. I don't think he will be like five mil. 5,000.
Nah, you got to add the Chivas tax. That's 10 million right there, dog. You know, I think clubs just they know that we don't have any other choice but to field Mexicans, so they can charge whatever they want, and we have to pay it. And that's why I'm we shouldn't have to go and like buy players from other clubs. We should have
academy.
We need to have our own academy. You know, we should have the strongest academy in Mexico. I don't understand why we're over here trying to buy players from other teams. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, but bro, we gotta be like. I'm not trying to compare teams. I'm trying to say we should be like Bayern Munich. The one, you know, how Bayern Munich takes away all the good players from all the Germany teams, like especially Dortmund, the biggest rival. We should do that, but we don't got money. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
because they're rich.
They're rich, and they haven't been in debt since like the '80s, bro. They know how to run a club.
Well, I don't see no team that has only youth academy players that are being big. I don't see that.
For a while, Barcelona. For a while, it was Barcelona.
Yeah,
it's been a while though.
Now they're playing players. They're buying players. They know they see. Oh shit, we can't do it with only youth academy players. We gotta bring players from different places so we can compete. We're asking just to compete and win trophies.
I think we just gotta lower our expectations of this club. As of right now, we're not a winning club. We're not a championship club. We might have a good.
That's the problem, bro.
And here's the thing: it's like everything's laid out for us to even, despite have a terrible home record or away record or finish 12th in the league, you still have a shot to win the title. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I think Chivas, like, as long as we have this Liguilla format, maybe they bring back Copa MX. We have the Leagues Cup that's going to be between MLS and Liga MX. Anything that's like an elimination thing, I think Chivas might have a shot. Like, it doesn't take much for you to catch fire and play well. But as far as being consistent in the league, week in and week out, yeah, it's never going to happen with Chivas.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be, because a lot of people should just be quiet about saying Chivas is the biggest club in Mexico. We should be quiet a little bit. We shouldn't say, because then we're getting destroyed, bro. We're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have arguments to say Chivas is más grande anymore. We can't say it no more, bro.
No.
We got to say we just got to be quiet, deal with all the laughs. It sucks, but
it's hard to defend.
We can't defend it. There's nothing to defend Chivas already. We're not in 1999. We're not back in the 1980s, the 50s. It sucks.
It fucking sucks.
And I saw Chivas when I was a little kid. I saw them play in Copa Libertadores. They were teams that they were playing the Liga, La Copa. They were playing so many trouble, and they weren't getting tired. They weren't complaining. And now they're complaining, saying, "Oh, we're playing the assistant manager right now, the one that was today." He was saying, "Oh, we were tired because we came from Toluca." No manches,
Hey, they had to push the bus back to Guadalajara, bro. It broke down. They had to push it.
Bro,
that's
they had
all
3 weeks of fucking rest, bro. 3 weeks. Tell me, no manches. I bet you the people who play in La Copa de Libertadores, Reynoso, Bofo, Venado, El Más Bravo, they wouldn't complain. They wouldn't fucking complain. They feel like, they won't be like, I'm tired, bro. My leg hurts. Oh, I need to get some ice on my leg.
I played FIFA for 10 hours yesterday. I'm tired. I was streaming. And then you have Canelo. You have Canelo who's doing his podcast. I'm tired. You know, the podcast. But no, I get it. I get it. I don't want to take this time to allow anyone else to speak. Just request, and we'll let you hop on. Obviously, after Bob Fun's terrible takes, I hope that encourages everybody else to hop on.
I got more terrible takes for you.
Bro, tell me,
Wait, hold on.
you got an argument, man.
I want to get my 2 cents in about the whole, foreigners on Chivas. If Chivas ever fields foreign players, I will stop watching Liga MX completely, because the only reason I follow Chivas is because they only field Mexican American or whatever players, right? If they break that tradition, I will never watch a Liga MX game ever again in my life, because this league is not a good league. This league is a mediocre league that rewards mediocrity with a playoff system that rewards 12 out of 16 teams in the league. You know how trash you got to be not to make repechaje? And we're about to do it. Like, we're going to prove how trash you got to be to not make repechaje. And I will never watch Liga MX ever again if Chivas breaks that tradition. I don't care. Like, I'm done with Liga MX. I will watch Premier League. I will watch La Liga. And I will never tune into a Liga MX game ever again, because I don't care about any other team. And the only reason I care about Chivas is because they field Mexican players. If you ask me, did you watch X game by like, did you watch the Rayados game? No, I don't watch any other team except Chivas because I don't care about any of them.
I
Then I
feel
guess we just
the
gotta
same way.
lower expectations then, right? For the next 50 years.
I mean, yeah, like we'll be happy once every 10 years, and we got to deal with it. But
or maybe not, bro. Or maybe not.
I think ownership and I don't think
Atlas have a long way to go, my guy. I think we'll be like that English club from like the 60s that, used to be big, like Leeds or like Nottingham Forest, like, oh, we used to be good. That's going to be us. We're going to be like
West Ham.
Back in my day, well, the Lahada they were the best. Like, sure, whatever, Grandpa.
We went to the final, Libertadores.
Now the young people, the new generation, they want teams to win. And we're going to see a lot of people that aren't going to go for Chivas, bro.
It's fine. You can take the bandwagoners. I've had to deal with it with the San Francisco Giants and the freaking Warriors. You have people that never touch the baseball, can't even name the lineup, but they support these teams because they're winning.
That's the Warriors.
I'm calling out all the Tigres fans. I think they're all bandwagoners, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, though, right? As time goes by, how is Chivas gonna build a new fan base? How do you get the kids to cheer for Chivas? Because
that's the problem.
All right, so you look at these like the kids right now that are in the academies are 18, 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
Their whole life, Chivas has been shit.
Yeah.
They never saw Chivas be good. They've seen Chivas be good twice in their life.
Yeah.
So why would you want to play for Chivas? Chivas is not a good team. Your whole life, Chivas has been mediocre. Why would you play for them? There's no reason to play for Chivas. Eventually, you're going to have to put on a good product on the field because you're going to lose. Right now, you're losing like 2 generations of fans that are not going to be there.
And also,
you have to be good again.
The lack of a clear path as well. As many of us probably have family members in Mexico. Like I have a cousin that lives in Distrito Federal, and he went to the Pumas Academy, and he couldn't make it all the way through because it's very expensive as well for those who don't have the economic means. But he talked a lot about how, at least in Chivas, the path is not clear a lot of times, so a lot of people are not motivated, and also it's very expensive to be in those academies. So that's another barrier. Again, I'm talking about regarding elitism in Mexico, but again, that's a different topic. But I do believe again that at this point the focus should be on the academy and just really revitalizing the culture, as you guys have mentioned, because it's just, at least my personal experience, is very boring to watch these games now. Like there is no excitement. Couple that with watching Arsenal games as well. It's fucking frustrating as fuck every weekend. But it's like it's you still somehow you enjoy the pain, I guess, because you keep on watching it. But it's for both clubs, it's a loss of a culture of a winning culture of it's just gone, and I think if we can start anew with cleaning house, as you mentioned, and just revitalizing the academies and really getting to the knit and grit of the mentality of these players, fucking even getting psychologists or some shit. I don't know if they've even done that yet, but something like
we did it back in the day.
Oh, you're right.
The Colombian shrink.
They brought a clown, bro. They brought a clown.
Yes. That one dude, the one that was roasting people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's a long road ahead, but I think lowering expectations is a reasonable thing to do right now, just so that we can not get our hopes up as often as we do.
Man,
I just want to say I like how Carlos Vela duped a whole generation of Mexicans to become Arsenal fans, and now Marcelo Flores is probably going to do the same thing.
Nah, that's
hilarious.
Gonna be. He's gonna be cast in bronze.
Wait, did y'all seriously become Arsenal fans because of Carlos Vela? Wow.
Yeah, dude, that was the
yeah.
link. Carlos Vela came out of the Chivas Academy.
Oh
He
my goodness.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Scored bangers. Dude, that was the link.
Dude, no, and especially like at least for me, I only watched Mexican soccer when I was a kid, so like I didn't know Premier League shit like that. And also back then, I feel like it was hard to watch it on TV.
It was.
So once we found out, because at least when I was like in 2006, 2005, around that time when a lot of these players, when the World Cup was in Peru, when the under-17 team won, I went because my family's from near Guadalajara, so we would go a lot to the games, and I was able to go one time with my dad to not Verde Valle, but before the Guadalajara would have its own clubhouse, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a clubhouse where it was like a gym, you know, swimming pools, and also have a trophy room of all the trophies that Chivas ever won that they have. And like, I was able to meet a lot of the players and coaches in there, and you know, and a lot of the young players were there too, and they were talking about Vela and whatever. And then back then, you know, when we saw them win the World Cup in Peru against Brazil, that shit was life changing. You know, because like, holy shit, all these dudes are fucking raw, and like, some of them come from Chivas, and like, let's see where they go. And then Vela goes to Arsenal, and then I was hooked. And then fucking, you know, like, I knew about Henri, but not like that. But for me, Vela was a link for sure to Arsenal. And then just seeing him fucking get loaned out every fucking season, it was really fucking stressful, man. And then now we got that one kid, you know, Flores. So I'm hoping, and he was in the first team squad a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately they didn't put him in. At this
I
point,
mean,
just like with
they
you,
got
I
blown out.
fucking just put him in. What the fuck do they got to lose? Like, you know.
My man scored
They
3
keep-
goals for Arsenal and became a hardcore fan. I don't know what to say.
He scored 11.
Well, Wikipedia's lying to me then.
He definitely scored more than 3.
Yeah, all chip shots too. Like, really
Yep.
fucking beautiful goals.
I think he
There's
scored
at
one in the
least-
FA
there's at
Cup. I
least-
think that one was it FA Cup.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
the
he
one.
scored a shitload in the EFL. You know, the
League
that
Cup.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just, you know.
Bro, imagine having Carlos Vela and Chivas right now.
No, I don't want to
Yeah.
imagine that.
I
I don't
Maybe
even
a
like.
couple years ago.
Just
Not right
imagine,
now.
bro. Just
Bro,
believe.
he'd be at the club every weekend.
Bro, he'd fit right in with the club because nobody cares right now. So yeah, you know, he'd be the one starting the parties and everything. We're more likely to get him to play for our basketball team than we are for our soccer team. Yeah, but we've been on for an hour, guys. So closing thoughts before we wrap up this this big news with Michel Leano getting fired from Chivas. It feels like a good day. It feels like a good day to be employed still, but I don't know. I feel like not much is gonna change. But I'll let you guys have one more take before we wrap it up. Nobody wants to speak.
All right.
Go ahead.
I feel like today's just a happy day. We just think about it. We all go celebrate, guys. We should all celebrate. Throw the biggest party. Cause then we're just gonna be sad the next 4 games, bro. We just celebrate today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's Thirsty Thursday. Everybody's got to take a shot. Take a shot today for the great news.
That's only the good news we have. We're gonna have for a while, bro.
Oh,
It's gonna be sad.
we have some last-minute requests. I'll let Paco go first, and then Garibay.
Just bring in Wenger.
I'm bringing Wenger. I'm dead.
Paco, you're on Twitter Spaces.
Thank you, guys. Can I speak in Spanish, please?
Sí, está bien.
Sí entiendo, gracias. Sí entiendo que probablemente no sea mucho el cambio, pero al final de cuentas tienes que dar el primer paso. Y el primer paso era sacarlo, no seguir tolerando lo que estaba pasando. A final de cuentas, el día de hoy estamos todos molestos por cómo está jugando el equipo. Y hay muchas formas que no debemos aceptar. Y creo que la primera, pues obviamente entiendo que es el cambio de director técnico. Ahora, todo lo que estuvimos platicando, lo que estuve escuchando de ustedes, creo que si el proyecto deportivo no llega a ganar partidos, si el equipo no es bueno, vamos a ver que el cuerpo técnico es malo, que la playera no nos gusta, que el estadio está feo, que la cancha, vamos a ver todo mal. Pero una cosa es segura en el fútbol, cuando el equipo gana, no importa que el técnico sea malo, no importa que la cancha esté mal, no importa que la afición se comporte. Cuando un equipo gana, cuando un equipo es ganador, y lo comentaron hace rato, en los últimos años Chivas ha estado mal, pero en los tiempos en los que fue el campeonísimo era porque era un equipo ganador. Creo que si esa parte del equipo ganador vuelve, se les van a olvidar muchas cosas. Pero reitero, lo que comentaban hace rato, no va a cambiar mucho, pero es el primer paso. Gracias.
Bueno, muchas gracias, Paco. All right, we got Garibay next. I got you. Give me one sec. Garibay. Did they go? Where'd they go? Try that again. It looks like you got kicked out. Who else we got here? Ninja, do you want to have a last talk? Oh, here we go. Villarreal. Welcome. What you got for us?
Hey guys, I think I arrived late to the space. I'm not sure if you talked about this before, but it's kind of a question to everyone. Do you think we have a competitive team with our current squad, and it's just a matter of letting them play where they are supposed to be playing in their supposed positions?
Yeah, we talked about this heavily. Right now, we don't really have a squad that should be winning championships, and that's part of the problem. And we've all basically agreed that we should start to look at our cantera and start promoting from within, because we don't have money, and basically turn this into like a farmer's project. It's going to take a while, but we don't have relegation anymore. We don't have to worry about going to the second division. So it'd be a great opportunity to give it to the young players, and we'll see how Tapatio's coach handles these last games of the season. But hopefully we start to see some new blood in there. I'm curious to see how Paulo Rizar would do in the first team. I know he had a good Ascenso career, but I would like to see him in the first division.
Gotcha. I agree with Paco. It's probably the only good news that we're gonna have for the upcoming months. But at least we can be optimistic with the future, and hopefully we will see some new arrivals and a more competitive squad. So let's go for that.
Thank you, Villarreal, for hopping on Twitter Spaces. We're coming down to it. Chivas del Norte, do you have anything to say before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I like how everybody is actually optimistic. Like I don't know what we're celebrating, right? We fired coaches so many times and nothing has changed. So I don't know why people think this is gonna be the one time things actually change. It's like what did Kobe say that one time? The job's not done. Like
Yeah.
we've done this step so many times, and now we got to go into the front office and clean out. We got to get I don't think ownership's going to change, right? So we need to get Amaury needs to get the right guy to manage this team. Obviously, Peláez is not it. We need like a whole culture shift at Chivas. So sure, I guess we could be happy, right? Leano got fired. The team hadn't been playing well. We had not gotten the results we need. But we've seen this step so many times. We fired Vucetich for Leano, and now Vucetich comes into the Akron, wins a game, and gets Leano fired. Like, what is this? It's like a Twilight Zone happening. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything to celebrate. We've seen this step many times. We just have to wait till the off season. In the off season, if they hire a coach and a coach that has like a project promised to him, if they open up their pockets, then I think we can get our hopes up. But right now, it's same old shit, different day for Chivas.
Awesome. I feel like this music is very appropriate here. We're on a sinking ship, but it's okay because we have everybody here. We're all Chivas fans, and we want to see this team succeed. We can only go up from here, right? We're at the bottom. We can only go up from here, or is it going to get worse? We shall see. But I want to thank everyone for hopping on Twitter Spaces. Make sure to follow us at the Cantina MX Football Podcast. My name is Jaime Landero signing off, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.